Hello, this is Ross Bliley from the podcast Pigskin Tales. This podcast is sponsored by Sterling Soap Company. With products sold throughout 41 locations around the globe, Sterling Soap Company has a unique assortment of products to choose from for your loved one for the holidays. Handmade artisan soaps created by Roderick and Amanda Lovin since 2012, these products are affordable and provide great value. Act now and save on your shipping costs. If you purchase $75 or more, your shipping cost is free in the United States. Shop now online at sterlingsoap.com.
Hey there, sports history fan. This is Darren Hayes, host of the Pigskin Dispatch and Jersey Dispatch podcast. I hope you've enjoyed another great episode here on Sports History Network. Now, speaking of sports history, this episode was brought to you by Firefly Books, and they have two great ones for you this summer. For basketball fans, they have the NBA 75, The Definitive History by author Dave Zarum, who's appeared on our Jersey Dispatch podcast recently. He tells about the experience, the thrilling journey of the NBA, from its humble beginnings to its modern glory. Uncover the untold stories of triumph, controversy, and the greatest stars of the game. This isn't just a book, it's courtside seats to over 75 years of NBA history. And for the golf enthusiasts, swing into The Golf Round I'll Never Forget by Matt Adams. Relive 50 of golf's most memorable moments through the eyes of the legends themselves. From Garcia's triumph at the 2017 Masters to Nicklaus' miraculous 1986 comeback, it's the closest you'll get to walking the fairways with golf's greatest. Get your summer read on. Grab a copy of NBA 75 or The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, available online or at your favorite bookstore.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Yesterday's Sports on the Sports History Network. Today, we're going to talk about the 1972 Dallas Cowboys. After posting an impressive 69, 24, and 2 record over the last 6 seasons, including 2 NFC titles and 1 Super Bowl victory, the Dallas Cowboys entered the 1972 season with high hopes of winning another championship. But things didn't start well. Discontented running back Dwayne Thomas refused to report to training camp unless he received a new contract. Thomas was a key player on the 1971 team and a major reason they won the Super Bowl. But the Cowboys front office decided he wasn't worth the trouble he was causing, and on July 31st, they traded him to the San Diego Chargers for running back Mike Montgomery and receiver Billy Parks. Then in the third preseason game, starting quarterback Roger Staubach injured his shoulder and needed surgery. This caused him to miss nearly the entire season. Craig Morton would be the starting quarterback. Additionally, the Cowboys didn't have one of their better draft picks. The only 2 notable players were fullback Robert Newhouse, taken in the 2nd round, and tight end Gene Fugit, taken in the 13th round. However, both players saw limited action during the season. Age was also becoming a concern, as the Cowboys had 13 players who were 30 years old or older. Linebacker Chuck Howley was 36, tight end Mike Ditka, cornerback Herb Adderley, linebacker Dave Edwards, and defensive tackle Bob Lilly were all 33 years old. Receiver Lance Allworth was 32, as were defensive end George Andre and safety Cornell Green. The Cowboys kicked off their preseason with a 20-7 victory over the College All-Stars. They then lost 3 of their next 5 games, finishing the preseason with a 3-3 record. The season opener was on September 17th at Texas Stadium against the Eagles. With the Cowboys trailing 6-0 in the second quarter, Morton connected with Ron Sellers for a 37-yard touchdown. Dallas added 3 more touchdowns in the second half and cruised to a 28-6 victory. The Doomsday defense had a tough time containing receiver Harold Jackson, who caught 9 passes for 161 yards. But they did hold the Eagles' running game to only 70 yards. In a Week 2 game against the Giants at Yankee Stadium, Cowboys running back Calvin Hill gained 91 yards on 20 carries. The Dallas defense limited the Giants' running game to just 84 yards. But they struggled again in pass defense. Giants quarterback Norm Snead connected with receiver Rich Houston on a 55 and 94-yard touchdown passes. The final score was Dallas 23, New York 14. In a game dominated by defense, the Cowboys held the Packers to 168 total yards, but still lost 16-13 due to 5 turnovers, while the Packers had none. In the game against the Steelers a week later, the Cowboys trailed 13-10 in the third quarter when Morton connected with Ron Sellers for a 55-yard touchdown. Dallas had success running the ball against the Steel Curtain defense. Calvin Hill ran for 108 yards on 23 carries, and Walt Garrison gained 76 yards on 12 carries. Terry Bradshaw struggled against the Doomsday defense, completing only 12 of 39 passes for 166 yards, with no touchdowns and 1 interception, while getting sacked 3 times. The final score was Dallas 17, Pittsburgh 13. The following week, the Cowboys overwhelmed the Colts 21-0. The Cowboys' offense amassed 390 yards, while the defense limited the Colts to just 175. Craig Morton played well, completing 22 of 30 passes for 279 yards. His primary target, Ron Sellers, caught 7 passes for 113 yards, including a 44-yard touchdown. The Doomsday defense sacked Johnny Unitas 4 times and backup Marty Domrez once. Dallas jumped out to a 13-0 lead against Washington in a Week 6 game at RFK Stadium. But from that point on, the Redskins controlled the game. Running back Larry Brown played a great game, gaining 95 yards rushing and 100 yards receiving. He scored 2 touchdowns, a 19-yard reception from Sonny Jurgensen, and a 34-yard touchdown run. The Redskins won 24-20 and took sole possession of first place in the NFC Eastern Division. Cowboys started quickly in a Week 7 game against the Lions on Monday Night Football. First, Morton connected with Billy Parks for a 38-yard touchdown reception, and shortly afterward, he connected with Calvin Hill for a 33-yard touchdown. The Cowboys led 21-14 at halftime and held on for a 28-24 victory. Lions quarterback Greg Lange passed for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the Doomsday defense held the Lions' running game to only 59 yards. Morton passed for 206 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Cowboys traveled to San Diego to face the Chargers, and things got off to an excellent start for Dallas. Mike Montgomery returned a special teams fumble, 54 yards for a touchdown. By the beginning of the fourth quarter, Dallas led 31-0. But the Cowboys' pass defense broke down, and before they knew it, the score was 31-21. Dallas managed to hold on and win 34-28, but the defensive collapse was concerning. 3 of the Chargers' touchdowns came on passes of over 40 yards. Okay, that will conclude our podcast for today. Join me again next week. We will go over the second half of the season of the 1972 Dallas Cowboys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and God bless.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
The Sports History Network, where legends live on and the past plays loud. Welcome to the place where history's proud. From gridiron glory to the hardwood stars, from the racetrack heat to Olympic bars. It's the voices, the stories, the moments you miss, told by fans and pros who live for this. Hook and Themic, the Sports History Network, where the past comes alive. Podcasts and blogs that keep the flame high. From Babe to Brady, Alley to the Dome. If it's history and sports, then this is the home. SportsHistoryNetwork.com, the headquarters of sports yesteryear.